Welcome back to Chalk Talk Podcast. We're back. It's Ignacio Moro alongside Jackson Bramonte and Sawyer Bramonte. It's good to be back. Got a lot of good content for you this week, including some NFL recap picks, some college football, lots of surprises there, some pick locks, and a little bit of trivia at the end. Let's just kick it off. NFL, Week 1. Initial thoughts just in general, and then we'll go over every game.
Yeah, well, before that, we actually are back this time.
Okay.
That's not a lie. We are back. Football is the main thing of this show, so now it's football season. There will be weekly episodes. That's not a lie. But overall, I mean, football's back. It's great. I love football so much. It's my favorite sport to watch, besides maybe March Madness. Football is probably my favorite sport to watch. So football being back is great. There were some great games week 1. There were some terrible games week 1. That's just what the sport is. But overall, there was a lot of surprises. We'll get into it game by game. But there were a lot of negative surprises and a lot of positive surprises. And I'm just really looking forward to the rest of this season.
Yeah, I agree with Jackson. You know, some teams' offensives didn't even score touchdowns. They were relying on the special teams or defenses. So, I mean, it was a great way to start off the season. It was a weird week, but that's what football is.
No, yeah, I agree. I mean, just a lot of really good games, then just some crappy games like Jackson's Panthers because they suck. But some good games. Let's just start off right off the bat. First game of the week, Thursday Night Football. Great game. Chiefs at Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great game. Some of my thoughts from that game, specifically with the Chiefs, is they probably have the best wide receiver room that they've had since they lost Tyreek Hill, which is very scary for the NFL. Because they just won the Super Bowl with what now looks like a not great wide receiver room, and we knew it wasn't great. Kadarius Toney was bad. Rashee Rice isn't the Rashee Rice that he is now. Juju is bad. While Juju's still on that roster, he's not a main guy. But Rashee Rice is turning into a very good wide receiver for them. Travis Kelce's obviously Travis Kelce. He's not a receiver, but he's part of the receiving core. Xavier Worthy is probably the steal of the draft. I don't know how teams let him drop that low because he is the guy in Kansas City right now. Like, obviously he's not Tyreek Hill, but you can see some Tyreek Hill in him with the speed, the way he catches the football. And Marquise Brown, when he comes back from injury, he's going to be great. The Chiefs' defense was good. I don't think it got that much better. I don't think it got that much worse. I think the secondary is a little bit better, which is kind of weird to say because they did lose Jarius Sneed, but I don't think that affects them that much. After week 1, they're still the favorite to win the Super Bowl. That's what I think of the Chiefs. And Pacheco is a very good running back.
No, yeah, 100%. I mean, the fact that Xavier Worthy was dropped down to the Chiefs pick is absolutely brutal for the rest of the NFL. He's an absolute stud. I luckily drafted him in 2 out of my 3 fantasy leagues, and he went off. Unfortunately, I still lost to Sawyer because Xavier Worthy was on my bench. But
You're just not a smart fantasy player. It's just
yeah, I mean, I just forgot. I mean, I had George Pickens on my bench. I mean, on my flex, so I feel like that was a good start. But anyways, Xavier Worthy's a stud. I mean, like, he just scored touchdowns on his first catch ever. He's a stud.
Yeah.
I mean, enough said. Like, he's a stud, and I think the Chiefs definitely have the ability to repeat if they can keep this wide receiver room healthy.
And that's really, like, the Xavier Worthy story. If he is as good the rest of the season and in his career as he was in this game, that's going to bite the Bills. Like, it's going to haunt the Bills. Because they went Keon Coleman, who didn't look terrible, but, like, I don't know, he didn't really do much. But if Keon Coleman just turns out to not be the guy and they pass up on Worthy, again giving the Chiefs another reason to beat them in the playoffs, that's going to haunt them forever.
Yeah, I agree with everything about the Chiefs. I mean, we also have to talk about the Ravens.
Yeah.
Isaiah went off for 111 yards. They were using him more than they were Mark Andrews, which shocked a lot of people. And also, to talk about that last play where everyone was saying, or the play before the last play, where everyone was saying he missed Zay Flowers. I saw a clip today. He wasn't even looking for Zay Flowers on that play. He had to step up in the pocket because he had Justice Hill blocking Chris Jones, so he didn't have that much time. And he saw Zay Flowers at the last second, so he kind of just put it in there. if he had 2 more seconds in the pocket, he would have easily hit Zay Flowers, and that would have been the game-time touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest Lamar guy, so this game kind of just, again, showed me why is he a two-time MVP. Like, yeah, the first season was amazing. He was not the MVP last year. He's not a great throwing quarterback. And it's fine because his running is, obviously, he's one of the best rushing quarterbacks of all time. But he is not a great passing quarterback. It's been shown again. Isaiah Likely, like you said, outplayed Mark Andrews. I'm not that surprised. I think this is the whole Dalton Kincaid, Dawson Knox situation last year in Buffalo, where they got the younger guy and they're kind of trying to phase out their older, used to be successful tight end. And the other thing, though, as good as Zay Flowers is, he's not a wide receiver one in the NFL. Not yet. He could become, but like, I think of him as a Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith is great as the wide receiver too in Philly. He takes over the games he needs to take over, but he doesn't always need to be that guy. That's why they have A.J. Brown. Baltimore needs a true wide. I don't think Zay Flowers is a true wide receiver one yet.
All right, I agree with you on the fact that Zay Flowers isn't a true wide receiver one yet, but I do respectfully. I think I feel like you're tarnishing Devontae Smith's name. Like, he is a wide receiver one anywhere else.
I mean, he definitely has the ability to. I just think he works better at Alabama.
No, and with the Eagles when we didn't have A.J. Brown.
Okay, I like him better as a wide receiver too.
I think they coexist together nicely, A.J. Brown and
yeah. But that's just kind of the comparison I made. Zay Flowers is not a wide receiver one. That's been proven because that last play was Lamar's fault. Throws Lamar's fault. Zay Flowers dropped multiple easy catches in this game, and that costed them because the Ravens' defense is very good. The Ravens' defense did play a good game. The Ravens' offense could not produce for them. I don't know. I also don't know why they stopped running the ball because Derrick Henry ran the ball great, and then they just stopped running and went to the pass game. I mean, the pass game worked out with Likely, but that's about it.
All right, well, I guess that does it for the Kansas City versus Baltimore game. Next game, Friday night, my boys in Philly took on the Packers. Got away with the win, 34-29. My opinion, terrible game for the Eagles. Very lucky to get out with a win after a second half turnaround. But Hurts looked really sloppy in the first half, but he turned it around and kind of clutched for the Eagles. And thank God we traded for Saquon Barkley because he's a stud. And Sawyer, I'm sorry. I honestly feel sorry for you. But
yeah. It hurts, but I mean, I genuinely think he proved just in that game. If Saquon Barkley is healthy, he is a top 2 running back in the league.
And with a O-line.
That's the truth. Exactly. That's the other thing. With an offensive line, if he has the chance to get through a gap, he's going to rush the ball for 25 yards consecutively. And I mean, that game just proved it. He is definitely a top 2 running back when he's fully healthy. So if he stays healthy this year, it's going to be Saquon Barkley's year.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, the Eagles, like you said, sloppy game. This is a game I watched the least. We had the prep game. But Saquon, now, I mean, yeah, he's the guy. We've known he's been the guy. He's always getting hurt because MetLife has terrible turf. But the Eagles do need to clean it up. That was not a good win. They got the win. That's what matters. But that wasn't a good win. Neither teams played good. The Packers did not play that good. I thought the Packers would win that game if the Packers played like what I thought the Packers would be. Sloppy game, but it was high scoring because neither team was really playing that great. So their not great offense looked good against the not great defense that they were playing. So
yeah, also one key point that you do kind of have to include is that both teams were absolutely miserable in Brazil. Yeah. Both had crappy plane rides. Both were all tired. They couldn't leave their hotel. They couldn't leave the stadium. Honestly, obviously as an Eagles bias fan, but I'd say that also for the Packers. Like, both teams probably weren't at their peak because of just the condition they were in.
Yeah, no, I
Talk
agree.
about the-
You go.
So I'm going to talk about with the Packers. Actually, wait, you go, because you were gonna say something about the Brazil, and then I'll go after you.
No, I agree. It's definitely like a different condition, and that definitely played a factor. Like, I'm not gonna ignore that. Like, that's why they both didn't play to their best. But I do still think the pack is back. I think the Packers are back.
Yeah, I was just about to go there. Packers, honestly, even though it was a pretty sloppy game, they still looked good. And Jalen Reed, I mean, 4 receptions for 138 yards and a touchdown. After I feel like his name wasn't really known going into this game, and he just made a name for himself in Week 1.
Oh, for sure. Jaden Reed is now the clear-cut wide receiver 1 in Green Bay. That going into the season was not confirmed. They have Watson, Reed, Dobbs, and Dontavian Wicks maybe was like the fourth one that they were trying to figure out. Clear-cut wide receiver 1 in Green Bay. Jordan Love, the injury sucks. He'll be back. When he gets back, I'm expecting him to have an MVP year. I think Jordan Love is a very good quarterback. I was high on him. I was high on Josh Jacobs. That's why I drafted both of them in fantasy. The Packers are going to be good. The Eagles also will be good. They just got to get back in the country, and they'll be fine.
Yeah, honestly, my thought process is that they can't really. I don't think they're going to be worse than they were last year after that collapse. I think putting up 34 points in Week 1 just kind of like showed that. Because the reason they were losing games at the end of the year was because the offense sucked. Defense was still playing great. But I think it's a good sign to be able to see that your offense put up 34 points in the first game against like a pretty good team.
For sure.
All right.
Next
Next game, yep. We have got... Hold with me here. Oh, I'm sorry, Jackson. Saints-Panthers, 47-10. Just an absolute demolition. Let's hear your thoughts on it.
What a game.
All right. As of right now, all week, you guys have heard it, I've hated this team more than anything. They bring me nothing but just pain, and I'm never happy watching them. Bryce Young is not the guy. Bryce Young, I'll say this, the thing is, though, like, if he goes out this week and throws for 300 yards, he's the guy. But Bryce Young...
He's not going to.
No, he's not. Bryce Young... I'm tired of the O-line. I'm tired of that debate. Because, yes, we obviously don't have an amazing O-line. That's not the reason Bryce Young is bad. Bryce Young had more time this year and is still just completely overthrowing receivers. The first pick of the game was awful. Was so bad. There was a play. Deontay Johnson got very open down the field. No one was on him. Bryce Young had time and still overthrew him by 10 yards. I don't know what the defense is bad too. No one, it's David Tepper's fault, honestly. It's really David Tepper's fault because no one wants to play in Carolina, so we're not going to get any big names. We're not going to be good. We also have such a bad schedule that they should be winning games, but they're not going to. They made Derek Carr look elite. Derek Carr is not elite. Next week, he is not going to do what he did. There's no bright sides anymore. Derek Brown's done for the year, so there goes the entire defense. I don't even see positives. I hope when Jonathan Brooks comes back from injury, he's helpful because I'm high on him too. I drafted him in fantasy, put him in the IR, almost every one of my leagues. I'm very high on him. He's the only Panther I took. But it hurts. They're gonna lose next week. On Sunday, I'm gonna be tweeting and be like, the Panthers are back. They're gonna win. They're gonna lose, and this is what I actually think. It's not going to be my delusional, biased Sunday Panther fan. The Panthers are really bad, and they realistically will win 3 games. Not even. They'll probably win 2.
I mean, that's the truth. I mean, it's coming from a Panthers fan. It's not much to it. It was terrible.
They suck.
And also,
Yeah.
I don't understand when the pass game wasn't working, why they weren't using the run game.
Because
Miles Sanders,
it's the organization is terrible. Dave Canales, the coach of the Panthers, literally, I hated that signing. He's a weirdo. He wrote a book about cheating on his wife. I don't know if you guys know. He literally wrote a book and put it out there about cheating on his wife. He's a weird guy.
poverty.
There's just not a single bright spot except I'm hoping Jonathan Brooks and Shaq Thompson maybe. I I don't know.
When Shaq Thompson's your
there's
biggest
nothing.
hope for your season, that's just when you know you're a pro.
Probably, yeah, it's probably the biggest hope. Or maybe J.C. Horn plays better, but J.C. Horn played terrible. So I don't know. I don't even. Next
It's
year,
gonna be a long
we're looking to next
It's
year.
gonna be a long game.
We're looking on to next year. The Saints. I don't even have that. I don't have any opinions on the Saints because you cannot judge them off this game.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you've got like Derek Carr has like a season to prove, but like he's opening up with the Carolina Panthers. So
Yeah,
I would
this game proves nothing.
take the win with a grain of salt.
Yes, for sure.
All right,
We can move on from them. I don't want to think about them anymore.
Sawyer, I'm sorry to do this to you. Giants Vikings 28-6. Sawyer, let's hear your thoughts because you're the Giants fan.
Oh man. This game was an absolute laughing stock. You know, we started off first like 3 minutes actually looking pretty good. Dexter Lawrence hit a sack. We scored the first points of the game with a field goal. And then after that, Sam Darnold became a Hall of Fame quarterback. He was like 12 for 12 on his first 12 passes with like 150 something yards. Not 150. 100 something yards. He just looked like a Hall of Fame quarterback, like nothing like we've seen Sam Darnold ever before. But then again, it's against the Giants defense. But the Giants offense, I mean, you just drafted Malik Neighbors. That's the guy you wanted. I watched. I don't know if anyone watched Hard Knocks. They said it was between Adonze, Harrison, and Neighbors, and they even said if Marvin Harrison was there, they were going with Malik Neighbors. That is the guy they wanted. He had 5 receptions, no touchdowns. Daniel Jones just wasn't really looking for him. He was looking for Wan'Dale Robinson and Darius Slayton Moore. It's just bad. Like you unretire the first ever number retired in the NFL for your new rookie wide receiver, and you give him the ball 5 times. It's a joke.
Sorry,
also,
my question.
Devin Singletary.
Oh, sorry.
What?
No, go ahead. Keep going.
No, what's your question?
No.
Devin Singletary is just not a good replacement for Saquon Barkley at all.
So my question for you.
So
is,
it's going to be a long year.
Yeah. So my question for you is, how many more games until you bench Daniel Jones?
I would bench him right now if Drew Lock was healthy.
What about Tommy DeVito?
But you can't. No. Tommy DeVito, I loved him last year, but he's a 3-game fluke. You bench Daniel Jones when Drew Lock is back, and you try and ride Drew Lock for the season, and then we got to get a quarterback next year. It's because the defense, like guys like Kayvon Thibodeau, bring in Brian Burns, Dexter Lawrence, and Andrew Phillips, Deontay Banks. Like we have a solid young defensive core, but the offense is a joke. If anyone was watching the game, Daniel Jones' pick 6 on like the 7-yard line. I'm pretty sure it was the linebacker Van Ginkel that picked it off. Was laughing running into the end zone.
More pick
'Cause he was
sixes
like,
than
"What?"
touchdowns thrown since he's been signed.
Yep. But he was literally laughing running into the end zone because the whole stadium was like, "What just happened?" He's looking down for a screen pass and he throws it right into his hands. Like, it's really bad. So next, I say 3 more games with Daniel Jones, bench him, ride out Drew Lock for the season, draft a quarterback, and trust this young defense.
Yeah, I mean that's all you can really say. Daniel Jones is the only quarterback worse than Bryce Young in football. So there's that. That's my only positive about this team. But yeah, I mean you've said what you have to say about the Giants. The Vikings, Sam Darnold, I think is going to have the Baker Mayfield year of last year. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. And, I mean, I really hope he does because I hate J.J. McCarthy. So if Sam Darnold balls out, J.J. won't have a job. But I think that Vikings team is underrated. People thought they were going to be terrible. I still think they're the worst team in that division. I mean, if the Bears turn it around, I don't think they'll make the playoffs, but I think Sam Darnold will earn himself a contract.
The Bears,
And-
in my opinion, the Bears are still probably the worst team in the NFC North.
I just think the Bears' defense is too good.
I guess you could, but like their offense legitimately sucks.
You want to pivot to that game? You want to do
Why
that
not?
game next?
So we'll go Bears versus Titans, 24-17. A miraculous comeback by the Bears after being down 14-0.
Yeah.
Their special teams and their defense just had touchdowns. That was it. Caleb Williams really didn't play great. Well, he didn't play great at all. I don't know what I'm talking about. He did not.
He played terrible.
He played terrible.
93 yards.
Yeah.
Not good.
And more incompletions than completions. But he didn't really have the turnovers, which was a good thing. It was more just punts. You can at least have the positive no turnovers. But, I mean, Titans, that sucks for them, but for the Bears, it's a bright spot. If Caleb Williams can get his game together and they have that good of a defense, they're like a playoff contender if Caleb Williams can play well.
Yes, so my whole thing with them is don't write Caleb Williams out yet. Give him a few more weeks.
He's the number
Don't
one pick
write
of the
him out.
draft. He's a stud.
Exactly. People are already calling him a bust. Do not do that yet. That defense is so good that if he is just an average quarterback, they're a playoff contender.
It's like the Bears.
That's a top.
It's like the Bears when they made the Super Bowl, like
Yeah.
20 years ago. Their defense was elite. They had Devin Hester. You couldn't even name the quarterback.
No,
Exactly.
no. That defense is very, very good, and they have the pieces on offense. Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, Roma Doomsday, Caleb Williams, DeAndre Swift, Khalil Herbert, Cole Kmet. That's a playoff team. Caleb Williams has just got to get it together.
Yeah.
The Titans, I don't really know. They signed a lot of. They seemed like they were signing everyone this offseason, and Will Levis didn't look bad until the fourth quarter. Will Levis looked fine.
Yeah.
He looked like a decent quarterback until the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
They have pieces. I just think there's going to be a mid team. I don't think they're going to be like a terrible missing the playoffs, but I don't think they'll make the playoffs. I think they'll just be there. That's also a tough division.
True.
They're just existing. There's not much to say about the Titans. Like, people were watching this game for the Bears.
Yeah. For Caleb Williams specifically.
For Caleb Williams. And I think give him 2 more weeks, he'll figure it out, and the Bears they'll be third on the division, but that could make a playoff spot. I mean, it's possible. That whole division could have winning records. Like the AFC North last year.
Yep, they could. And honestly, after that, not really much to talk about with the Bears. Let's pivot to another game where a team won without any offensive touchdowns or any touchdowns at all. Steelers, Falcons, 18-10. MVP of the game, Chris Boswell, 6 for 6 field goals and 18 points. Ridiculous. I'm happy for Justin Fields, even though he didn't play well. Happy that he got the Week 1 win.
Yeah, I mean, it's a known thing on this show that I'm a Justin Fields defender. I love Justin Fields. When Russ and him both got there, I said it should be Justin Fields. And yeah, he didn't play good, but he did not play as bad as he used to play in Chicago.
Got them in the field goal range every time.
Exactly. They'll pick it up. They don't have the receivers. Like, it's not fully on him. I think that he should.
Receiver and Pickett.
That's it though. It's just George Pickens.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have a receiving core. They just have George Pickens, and to go after him. So give him the next week start. Even if Russ is healthy, let him start again. I think you're fine with him. I don't think, because it's the Steelers, that defense is good enough where they're gonna have a winning record, and Mike Tomlin will again not get fired, even though he probably won't make the playoffs, or he'll make the playoffs and lose in the first round like he does every year. But I think Justin Fields is not going to have that crazy revenge season, but he's going to prove a lot of people wrong.
I don't think that they should keep Justin Fields as a starter for this year, and here's why. I think they should have Russell Wilson be the starter. They're not a Super Bowl team. They're not a team ready for the Super Bowl. I say you have Russell Wilson be the starter, and let Justin Fields learn under him. Let Justin Fields learn under a veteran quarterback in Russell Wilson. Have Russell Wilson show leadership, and then next year, bring in a few more pieces for Justin Fields. Start to build the team around Justin Fields. And then, like you said, with that defense, if you build the team around Justin Fields next year and years on, then they are a high playoff contender.
Yeah, no, I agree there. I want to see a little more Justin Fields, and I don't think Russ is going to be healthy next week. So
Yeah, I hope
we'll get another week of him.
see another game out of him would be great. And honestly, he could win the starting job if they win again.
Exactly. Falcons. Kirk Cousins looked bad.
Well, he
Kirk
wasn't
Cousins
fully
looks very
healthy.
bad. I know. That's why he looked bad.
They shouldn't have played him in the first place.
No.
No. It's really dumb
he didn't
to have him play.
Yeah, but both of these defenses obviously played great, no touchdowns, so that there's that positive. But I don't have a lot on the Falcons. They didn't really do much. Like Bijan, Kyle Pitts finally scored a touchdown. That was cool.
Right.
He'll get 4 this year. He'll score 4 touchdowns all year.
Probably.
I promise. That's what's gonna happen. But yeah, Kirk Cousins is very obviously hurt. He was never a mobile guy, but he's just not even mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next game. Upset. Patriots over Bengals 16-10.
Yeah, so
Terrible.
yes. Joe Burrow without multiple elite wide receivers is kind of concerning.
I mean, his whole career it's been multiple wide receivers.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, LSU. Like, I don't know.
But then-
like, I think you keep go.
No, go.
I mean, I don't know why people are that shocked about it. Like, he's always had a star-studded roster. So, I mean, he's got to learn to make it work with just Jamar Chase.
Yeah. And I mean, I don't think that like Joe Burrow is a top 3 quarterback in the league. Like that. Like, this is not me saying Joe Burrow is bad, because even this, like, it wasn't even fully his fault. There were a lot of the Mike Gesicki touchdown that got called back, or the fumbles. Like, that's not on him. He's not the reason they weren't scoring. This also is a very different Bengals team. The Bengals never win week 1. They always start off slow and still make the playoffs. We're used to seeing this out of the Bengals. Joe Burrow is obviously a phenomenal quarterback. He will turn it around because at least for the first half, his completions were good. Like, he was throwing the ball efficiently. It wasn't his fault, but yeah, he's got to get used to not having Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd, and just having Jamar Chase. Like, T. Higgins should be back, but it's a little concerning.
No, yeah, I feel like we could just keep talking about the Bengals, but let's talk about the Patriots. People were saying that they might not win a game all year and that they've one of the worst NFL rosters. And they come out and be like a playoff contending team in the Bengals. Jacoby Brissett, got to give him some credit for being a great game manager.
Yeah.
Good for him. Good vet.
For sure. He's definitely not a game changer by any means. He's definitely a game manager. Patriots, still, like, I think the Patriots have a good defense. That's what helped them here. Their offense is iffy. Ramondre Stevenson is a very solid running back. He's a top half running back. They're mainly a defensive team, but if they had like a really good receiver, they'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
So they won. So there's nothing to knock them there. I don't know how many more games they will win, but then again, like, they just beat the Bengals, and I know it's not the Bengals yet. They're not in their season form where they're good, but still, like, you beat a top 3 quarterback in football.
Yeah. Next up, Texans over Colts, 29-27. Anthony Richardson made some crazy throws that game, and I think that game kind of just, like, he didn't have an amazing game. He didn't even throw 10 completions, but some of the throws he made were ridiculous. I think he's still a stud.
I think Anthony Richardson is very good. I mean, this was a battle of 2 amazing young quarterbacks who in 10 years will be the face of the league.
Sure.
They're both very talented. Yeah, it could be 5 years. Both of them are very talented. Anthony Richardson is a freak athlete. I played against him in fantasy. It sucked.
Yeah.
Both of these teams are contending teams for a playoff spot. That Texans roster is very good. If they play like they played like this week, they'll win a lot of games. That receiving core is nasty. Joe Mixon looked great. C.J. Stroud is C.J. Stroud. But both quarterbacks looked great. And they both impressed me so much. Anthony Richardson impressed me more because I've already seen this with Stroud.
Sure.
But both quarterbacks are phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think these two quarterbacks are definitely worthy of being face of the league in the next 5 years. And these two teams, even they're both um, teams coming up with both star-studded offenses. You know, Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs, and then on the Colts side, Alex Pierce and Michael Pittman. And I think that this both these teams are just gonna be fun to watch the whole year, and the whole year and for years to come.
Yeah,
Good points
for
there.
sure. Fun offensive teams.
Yep. Next game. Bills over Cardinals, only by 6, 34-28. I mean, realistically, it shouldn't have probably been a one-score game because the Cardinals had a kick return touchdown and a few lucky plays go on their end, but I was just pissed because Marvin Harris had one reception and I picked him in fantasy.
Yeah. Well,
I had him too.
He didn't even have a bad
The
game.
joke.
He went 21 for 31, 162
No.
yards, touchdown, and 57 yards. He didn't play that bad. I'm just pissed that.
I'm just talking about I'm talking about his usage of Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
I mean, Marvin Harrison was the top-ranked wide receiver in the draft, and he's getting one reception. Like it's
Terrible.
Yeah, he was a Heisman finalist. We know Marv is that guy. I'm not worried. Just let Kyler learn to throw to him. There was a lot of times where he was open. It came out like this week. We saw a lot of clips of him being wide open. Don't need to worry. It's fine. Marv will get his play. Like Malik Neighbors didn't get receptions either. It's fine. Like no need to freak out. The Bills, I mean, come on. Josh Allen is that guy.
Yeah.
He does not have the roster even close to what he used to have, and they still put up 34 points. This defense is not the same. They're still good, but Josh Allen is the second best quarterback in the NFL. If anyone says otherwise, you can't argue it. I hated when I saw him out of people's top fives. Josh Allen is that guy, and the Bills, well, I don't think this is a Super Bowl year. This is their transition year, I think. They are again going to make a playoff run, win the division. As we'll talk about the other two teams in that division later, but I liked what I saw out of both teams. I just wish he used Marv more because I love Marv.
Sure. Next game, Dolphins over Jags, 2017. Would have liked to see a little more production out of the Dolphins offense, especially against a mid-tier Jags defense, but no surprises for me, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it was just Tyreek Hill, which was great for me because I have him in fantasy. They play tonight. They play the Bills tonight. That's a big game. But yeah, their offense just didn't look like their offense from last year, which was weird. And because nothing really changed in their offense, right? Like they lost Robbie Anderson. Cool.
Chosen? You mean Chosen?
Yeah, Chosen Anderson.
Glorious
sorry.
King.
But the Jaguars lost in Jaguars fashion, selling the game. They were beating up on the Dolphins, should have won that game, and then just I don't know. After ETN fumbled, it was a different game. Brian Thomas is a very, very good wide receiver. Great value pick. He's going to be great for Jacksonville. He was a stud.
Yep.
And this was just a disappointing game. I didn't like the Dolphins last year were fun to watch because they put up 70 points in a game. They were scoring on every possession. What happened? Devon Achane was just not. He was fine, but he wasn't like that explosive running back running for 80-yard touchdowns. And Tyreek Hill had his Tyreek Hill touchdown, but Tua, I mean, they played fine, like the stats wise. Like Tua was the leading passer in the league for week 1, but I don't know. I would have liked to see a lot more. Hopefully they can do that tonight.
Yeah, agreed. Next game, Seahawks versus Broncos, 26-20. Goes Seattle. What are your thoughts on Drew Lock's performance? Drew Lock.
Drew Lock.
Keep saying it.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
Sorry.
I think he could have done better.
Yeah, I didn't pay much attention to this game. I just wasn't really paying attention to it. He threw 2 interceptions, 138 yards. I said before the draft, I thought he was the best quarterback out of the draft. I don't think that anymore. But I don't know, week 1 jitters. He'll turn it around. He'll be fine. We know, but the thing is, he was always throwing picks. Like he was throwing picks at Oregon. Not like a crazy amount, but like, he was throwing picks. They'll turn it around. The Seahawks are just. I mean, the Seahawks are a proven team. They've been a solid team the past few years, and there's nothing to freak out in that game. There's like no like major concerns.
Seahawks are a well-rounded, solid team.
Yeah, really. They're a very solid NFL team. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, next game. Chargers over Raiders 22-10. No surprise. There's not really much to talk about. It kind of just happened.
Yeah, Harbaugh era has started. Let's see what he does. Whatever. I don't care. They won.
Cowboys Browns 33-17. The Browns are god awful. Deshaun Watson sucks.
Deshaun Watson is so bad at football. Like it's going to be the worst contract. It is the worst contract of all time. How long till they start Jameis? Because they should start Jameis. Jameis can win you games.
I think they're giving Deshaun one more week because I think they want to see if he can wake up. And then when he doesn't, because he's not going to, they'll bring in Jameis Winston.
Yeah, he's just really bad, and it sucks because this Browns team, that defense is obviously phenomenal. The offense is very underrated. That's a playoff team with a competent quarterback. And you have a name like Deshaun Watson. He's just... They should have kept Flacco. They really should have kept Flacco.
Yeah. Watson's no good.
They're just not good. They're just not good.
Touch on the Cowboys side, though. Dak Prescott played fine. I don't think he deserves to be the highest paid NFL player. He's not that type of quarterback yet. He has proved nothing in the playoffs. He's gotten them nowhere past regular season. I don't think he deserves that contract.
Oh, for sure. I don't know why he's the highest paid player in the NFL for nothing. Being a great regular season quarterback and being awful in the playoffs every year. I'm a Cowboys hater on TikTok. It happens every year. It will happen again this year because it's funny and it gets people so mad, and it's my favorite thing to do is just make Cowboy fans mad. Yeah. Not deserving of that at all. CeeDee Lamb's a beast.
Yeah, CeeDee Lamb's a beast, but Dak's just it's gonna be the hype. It's a revolving cycle. Oh my God, we're so good.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we said the free agents.
Yeah.
Holy shit, we're so good. Guess what? It's all gonna fall apart in the playoffs. I don't care. You can let's say go undefeated this season. You could go 17-0, and I promise you they wouldn't win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no.
They are a good team. They are I'm a Giants fan. I hate to say it because I hate the Cowboys, but they're a good team. Like they have good defense. Their offense is good. I hate Dak. I'll never say he's good. Their offense is good other than Dak, but they're gonna be nothing in the playoffs, and they're not gonna win a Super Bowl for another 50 years.
I hope so. I hope you're right.
It's not gonna happen.
I agree. They're not gonna win a Super Bowl. Not a chance.
Bucks Commanders 37-20. Baker Mayfield, I love you.
Yeah, I'm excited for Baker Mayfield. But I'm also excited for Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I mean, the Bucks are a division rival. We don't have rivals. We don't have rivals.
Your division's a joke, so it doesn't really matter.
The division is a complete joke. Baker Mayfield is very good. Baker Mayfield is I'm probably going to trade for him in fantasy with Phil, but Baker Mayfield is a very good quarterback. He's going to keep it up. The Bucks are going to run away with the division without a doubt.
Yeah, easily.
No doubt in my
Buccaneers
mind.
Look good.
The Bucks look very good. The Bucks look very good.
Yeah. Yes.
There's no negatives to say about the Bucks. Like he played out of his mind. He will keep that up. He only threw 6 incompletions, so he'll keep that up. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are still top tier receivers in this league. They're fine. Commanders. Jaden Daniels looked good. I really liked Jaden Daniels.
I'm really happy I got him in fantasy because he can throw and he loves his running.
2 rushing touchdowns.
Yep.
He had the best quarterback performance of the rookies in my eyes. Very good. He's just got the passing yards is not his fault. That's not an amazing wide receiving room. It's Terry McLaurin and then who? Who is the next big name on that team? Like I know they have other receivers, but It's Terry McLaurin. So that's not his fault. He'll be fine. Because he can throw the ball. He threw for 184 yards. Their defense is bad though. The Commanders' defense is really bad.
Oh yeah, terrible.
Very bad. Very bad. They gotta get that under control.
All right, last two games. Overtime game, Lions 26, Rams 20. Great game. Great game for Stafford's return to Detroit.
Yeah, very good game. Both teams are playoff contenders, obviously. I liked what I saw out of both. Kyron Williams is a beast. Cooper Kupp was like, hey, you guys forgot about me last year. Came back, balled out.
Huge balled out. Like chicken parm.
14 receptions, 130 yards on a touchdown. Cooper Kupp is still the guy. He is still so good at football. And yeah, both these teams are going to be good. I don't think there was any negatives because it was an overtime win. So both teams played good. Both defenses played equally as good. There's no negatives really about either team. I think both teams are very good. I have no negatives.
I'm really liking Jameson Wilson after that game.
Yep.
He looked good.
Yeah, Jameson Williams played very good. That killed my parlay because Amon-Ra didn't do anything. That was the one leg I needed to hit, but no complaint. That was a fun game to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Great game. Then Monday Night Football, Jets 16, 49ers 32. I don't really know what to say about this. 49ers, same old, same old. They kept doing what they've been doing for the last 2 years. And then Rodgers looked okay. He hasn't played in a whole year, so I feel like that's a good excuse for them not to play amazingly.
I think with Christian McCaffrey back, 49ers are the best team in the NFL.
Yeah, because also the Jets' defense is a good defense. They got torched.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
With the Jets, so the Niners. Yeah, the Niners are obviously amazing. We know they're amazing. They're going to continue to be great. Brock Purdy's the guy. Jordan Mason balled out. Like, that offensive line is disgusting. Like, Jordan Mason balled out. Who is Jordan Mason? But, yeah, I mean, the Jets, I want the Jets to be good because the Jets being good is good for football. If you have a good team out of the Jets and Giants, that's a good thing for football. Sure. I want Aaron Rodgers to be good. I want Garrett Wilson to succeed. And I just think, he just hasn't played in a year. So they'll be fine. They played the best team in football, arguably, in their Week 1 game.
Yeah. Don't
worry about it. He'll be fine. He'll come back. He's got to get his feet under him and just fix up the defense. Really just fix up the defense. Robert Salat in the interview said this 0-1 feels better than last year's 1-0 because he knows it's just a quick fix on the defense and they'll be fine.
That's a fair point.
They're in a good position.
Oh. All right, let's do our predictions for Week 2. Let's just go speed. Just speed.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, tonight, Bills-Dolphins. I got the Bills.
I have Dolphins.
Where is this game being played?
Miami.
Dolphins.
All right.
I got the Dolphins.
I'm going to take the Bills. I'm going to take the Bills. It's going to be a high-scoring game, but the Dolphins did not show me enough to say that they're amazing in Florida right now. Agreed. I'm taking the Bills.
Agreed. 49ers, Vikings, I think the obvious answer is the 49ers.
Yeah, 49ers.
Seahawks, Patriots. This could be an upset game.
I think I'm taking the Patriots. I'm rolling with the Patriots. Until they lose, until they show me that they're the worst team in football, like people think, I'm taking the Patriots.
Sawyer?
I'm taking the Patriots as well.
Give me the Seahawks. Geno Smith is a good quarterback. Giants, Commanders. Jaden Daniels going to light up the Giants.
I'm very high on the Commanders.
New York Giants, baby.
Nope.
New York Giants, baby. The Giants defense is going to stop Jaden Daniels, and Daniel Jones is going to play terrible, but we're still going to win.
Miss.
Commanders.
Hit.
Airball. Chargers, Panthers.
Chargers by 1,000. Chargers by 1,000,000. Be there or transfer.
Panthers.
All right.
I changed my mind. Panthers. They're going to win. They're going to get back. They're going to get back. They're really going to get back.
You're such a joke.
No.
Oh, my God. Wait until Bryce Young has 2 picks in the first quarter.
Saints, Cowboys.
Great.
Cowboys. I don't know why I thought about that.
Cowboys across the board.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. This should be a great game. Colts, Packers.
Colts because Malik Willis is playing quarterback.
Yes.
You're right. If it was Jordan Love, then I would have probably
Josh
taken.
Jacobs could go up. I'm liking Josh Jacobs.
Colts.
in that game.
I'm going Colts.
I'll take
Josh Jacobs. Yes, will go
I'm
off.
taking the Colts.
I'm taking the Colts.
Jags Browns.
Colts.
Jags.
Jags. Browns are terrible.
Jaguars because they're changing their stadium name from Everbank Stadium to Trevor Bank Stadium. Come on, baby.
It's an aura boost for them. They'll win. Jets Titans.
Jets. Bounce back. They're going to score like 40 points.
Yeah, I agree.
Aaron Rodgers is going to throw for 350 yards.
I'll agree.
Titans.
Why?
I like Will Levis.
All right.
I liked him in college. I mean, that last play against Bears was terrible, but
You like that? You like that mayo coffee too?
dude, of course.
Disgusting. Bucks Lions. This should be a really good game.
Yeah, no, this will be very good. I just think... No, I'm going to take the Bucks. I don't know why. The Lions are better. They're a better team, and I want the Lions to win because they're just not the Bucks, but the Bucks are going to win. Baker's going to have another massive game.
Sawyer.
I'm taking the Lions. I think Amon-Ra's going to wake up this game, and I'm taking the Lions.
Yeah, I'm taking the Lions as well. Home game for the Lions. I can't believe it's a 1:00 game. It's a primetime game in my eyes.
Yeah, that should be a primetime game.
But yeah, Lions. Raiders Ravens.
Ravens.
Cardinals Rams.
Rams. But Marv is going to have a good game.
Hope so. Bengals Chiefs.
Chiefs.
I think it's gonna be.
If T Higgins plays, the Bengals will win.
I think it's gonna be closer than you guys think, but I'm still gonna take the Chiefs.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be a great game.
Steelers Broncos.
Steelers.
Only because
taking
their
the
defense is so good. I'm going with
Yeah, if Bo Nix is throwing 2 interceptions to the Seahawks.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. Steelers. That's a good point.
Bears Texans.
Texans.
It's in Houston too.
Serious shot.
Yeah.
And then Monday Night Football Eagles Falcons.
Eagles.
Give me Kirk Cousins,
All
baby.
right, so he's still
Falcons.
hurt. Right. Good pick, Sawyer.
Falcons.
All right, that just about does it for NFL. Let's do a quick little college football recap. What happened so far this season? Let's just talk about kind of the big game last week. You got Texas at Michigan. They go in to Michigan's Ann Arbor Stadium and just say, walk in, yo trap, take over, yo trap, essentially.
Yes.
And they stood on business, and they just shat on the Wolverines just to be PG there.
So Michigan does not have a quarterback.
Yeah.
Davis Warren is terrible, and Alex Orji is somehow worse. They do not have a quarterback in Michigan. I don't know what they're going to do. That's their fault. They didn't really try to get one in the transfer portal. There were a lot of options. That's on them. Texas is better than Georgia in my eyes. They should be the best team in college football. Quinn Ewers is amazing. That defense is so good. Michigan is bad. Michigan is going to fall out of the rankings. They already dropped to 18. In 2 weeks, they won't be a top 25 team in the country.
Yeah.
You got any thoughts?
Texas is really good. I mean, that's really all you can say. And like you said, Michigan, disappointment. But honestly, I could see that coming. Hangover from that championship. I get it.
Some other big stories. Riley Leonard is awful and is going to be the reason
awful.
Notre Dame is not good.
Yep.
Terrible. Northern
Riley
Illinois
Leonard can't
University.
win games.
Come
Yeah.
on.
Riley Leonard had a very good game last year at Duke, which took the country by storm, and then people thought he was good. And then now, since he transferred, he was okay week 1. I didn't think he was good, and he was terrible against Northern Illinois, which is really bad because Notre Dame has one of the best defenses in the country. Like, they should be very good, but Riley Leonard is awful. Their running back is really good. Jeremiah Love is very good.
Yeah. How about this?
Yeah.
I think the most.
Sawyer, continue.
I was just saying, I think the most upsetting team in college football right now is Florida State.
I was
Yeah.
about to go to that topic. Let's talk about another.
So bad.
Yeah.
So bad.
I mean,
Losing to Boston College.
Boston College hasn't been relevant since the 1980s. Like,
Yeah.
The only relevant person from Boston College since the 1980s is Zay Flowers.
yeah,
That's it.
that's about it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just a joke for Florida State. I mean, you're just proving this is why they didn't put you in the playoffs. I know it's a different team, but still, they're not good, and they're not going to win. They're going to be one of the worst teams in the ACC,
Yeah.
without a doubt. The ACC. This is what I want to get into.
ACC's
I want
good
you guys
this year, man.
I want you guys to each give me a team that no one's talking about that's your sleeper to make the playoffs, and someone in the top 15 that's going to fall off and not make the
All right, let's
playoffs.
go to the AP poll.
Because I got mine.
So
You want someone that's sleeper? Okay.
my
You
sleeper,
first again.
to make the playoffs. I'm gonna go local here. I'm gonna go with Rutgers. They've got an
Okay.
easy schedule. They've got some actually decent talent for once in maybe the last 10 years. I could see them getting into that 12 spot if they continued up. If not, worst case scenario, I think they're a ranked team by the end of the season. And a team that's going to fall off. Oh, man. That's kind of hard. Not Ohio. No, they've been dominating. I mean, of course you want to say a Michigan, but they're not a top 15 team right now, or Notre Dame.
Yeah. You could do top 20 if those are your picks.
Top 20, I mean, I guess you could say the obvious in Notre Dame, but also LSU. They're not that
Yeah.
good, my opinion.
Yeah. For sure. I'm going to go last.
My sleeper to get in? I don't really know. Actually, I'm gonna say Clemson. I think they're gonna be able to. They're gonna turn this. 66-20 against App State. Obviously, it's App State, but I think they'll turn around, get in, and then team to fall out in top 15. I'm gonna say Utah. I don't really.
Okay.
That's fair.
Not really a big name. They're number 12. Not really a big name. I don't really think they're gonna have the team to get into the playoffs.
It's fair.
Okay. So we're not talking about Michigan because I already said what I said about Michigan. I think Oregon is not going to make the playoffs. I don't think they have what they had last year. They don't have that push that they did last year.
Agreed.
They're not like a spectacular team. I don't think Dylan Gabriel is that good. I think he's fine. He's a solid quarterback. He'll be a good draft pick, but he's not Bo Nix level.
Sure.
What they had last year. My sleeper to make it and to win the ACC, Syracuse. Syracuse actually looks like a very good football team. Kyle McCord, who I ripped into last year when he was on Ohio State, has been amazing in these first two games for Syracuse.
I'm riding with Cuse, baby. I'm excited.
Cuse is winning the ACC.
I just didn't want to steal your aura there because you had the Cuse fit on. I knew you were gonna make that prediction, but I am totally on the train with Cuse. Kyle McCord is a Heisman candidate, and I'm excited for this season.
Yeah, no, he is. No, I promise you. He is. He has the most passing touchdowns in college football right now.
Against
He's the
Georgia
most-
Tech in Ohio.
Yeah, Georgia Tech ranked.
Georgia
team.
Tech was ranked. Kyle McCord's turning it around. Trevor Pena, dog. Oronde Gadsden is so good. The Quentin Allen is good.
Xavier Myers, dog.
Yeah, their defense is so underrated. Fidel Diggs, they're gonna win the ACC. I don't know if they'll even win a game in the playoff, but they're gonna make it. They're gonna prove everyone wrong. They're gonna get all the recruits, and they're back. Cuse football is back.
Every single
Cuse
recruit.
football is back.
Every recruit to ever exist
Yes.
on the planet.
Yes,
Hunter Watson will be committing to Syracuse.
yes, without a doubt.
Yeah, I guess that just about does it for our college football segment. Let's do locks of the week and we'll finish off with some trivia.
Yeah, so this is a new segment. We're going to do this every week. 3 to 5 just betting picks that are our locks. You guys can follow, bet on them. They're probably good.
Yeah.
Well, mine I kind of sell
I
sometimes,
did my research before this. Got some 3 solid picks that should hit. Honestly, throw a parlay on it. Odds will work out for you. Number 1 tonight, Thursday night football. Josh Allen over 1.5 pass touchdowns, and that's at plus 140. I mean, come
Yeah.
on. It's just I don't know how that's not like a minus. Right? Plus 140 is ridiculous. Allen could go for
Yeah.
4 touchdowns, honestly. Number 2, Chris Godwin, anytime touchdown. Love that because he balled out last
Like that.
week. And guess what? That's plus
that.
255. Plus 255. Great odd.
Okay.
Great odd.
I like that. I like that a lot.
And then finally, this is just my opinion because the Giants' defense might get torched. Terry McLaurin, over 47.5 receiving yards at minus
That's not hidden. Don't listen to it.
at minus 114. Throw that together, you've got yourself a nice winning parlay. That's from me.
The banks will be closed on Sunday.
Oh,
Deontay Banks got on my straps. Don't worry.
really?
Don't worry.
No. The bank is going to be so open. It's not even funny.
Right, Sawyer.
My picks. I got Isaiah Pacheco over 15.5 rushing attempts. He had 15 in week 1. They just got to keep feeding him the ball. He proved himself in week 1. He's going to continue to prove himself as a great running back.
Okay.
Saquon Barkley, anytime touchdown.
Yep.
I mean, 3 touchdowns in week 1. It's pretty obvious. For tonight, Devon Achane over 47.5 rushing yards.
That's a
Definitely
steal.
Possible.
Yeah.
That's a steal.
I feel like it's definitely possible. Drake London under 57.5 receiving yards. I don't know why they have his bar at 57.5. That's an easy under. He's proved nothing. He's not going to prove anything. And then Brock Purdy over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
Okay. I like that. I like that. All right. I got this is a gimme, but you need a gimme. Tyreek Hill anytime touchdown.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. He scores every week.
Sure.
I got Josh. All right. I know he did bad last week, rushing wise. Josh Jacobs over 64.5 rushing yards. Malik Willis cannot throw the football,
Yeah, I like that.
Good pick.
so I think he's gonna run all over that Colts defense. Now, what we talked about, Jets having a big bounce back. Garrett Wilson anytime touchdown. I think he's due for one. I think he's due for a big game.
Yeah.
This is the riskiest pick. Marvin Harrison over 58.5 receiving yards.
I hope you're right.
Yeah, no.
I just think he's gonna find him. I think he's gonna find him for a big 50-yard touchdown, and then he'll just have 3 more little receptions, and he'll just barely beat it.
I hope you're right.
And then I'm ending with this because the Giants' defense is terrible. Jaden Daniels.
What are you talking about?
Bro. He made Sam Darnold look good.
Sam Darnold is good.
Jaden Daniels over 192.5 passing yards.
192 passing
Yep.
yards.
Yep.
He's going to be running the ball on foot by himself.
He threw 184 last week.
Okay, but because they haven't faced Deontay Banks. The bank is closed.
Bank is
on
so
Sunday.
the bank is so open. It's not even funny. The bank is open. The bank is open. The bank is open. The bank is open.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not. Plus, he's not even going to have time to pass with Kayvon Thibodeau, Ryan Burns, and Dexter Lawrence all rushing him at once. Just saying.
No, that's just not.
That's it.
No, shut up. Okay. All right, quick trivia to end it off. It's not like a crazy trivia. It's just after week 1, can you tell me the top 10 players in the MVP odds? They're all quarterbacks.
Patrick Mahomes number 1.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud at number 3.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts.
Actually,
Jalen
Yes.
Hurts at 4.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Anthony Richardson at 6.
Anthony Richardson is not in the top 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
He threw 9 completions.
Wait, so... Yeah, but he still had a great game.
You have 1, 3, and 4.
Jared Goff.
So we have Pat, CJ,
Yes, Jared Goff is 9.
Matt Stafford.
Jalen, Goff.
Matt Stafford is not in the top 10.
Interesting.
Baker.
No.
Lamar Jackson.
which is crazy.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Lamar is 6.
All right, how many more do we have left?
You have 2, 5, 2, 5, 7, 8,
Tua?
10. No, 2 is
Oh,
11.
Dak Prescott, of course.
Yeah, so Dak Prescott is 8, and you said Josh Allen is 2.
Yeah.
So you have 7 and 5, and 10, and 10.
Rodgers?
Rodgers is 10.
Really?
Yeah. 5 is even more shocking.
Kyler Murray.
No.
Is Purdy 7?
Purdy is 7.
So we just have 5 left?
Yeah.
5
It's
shocking?
more shocking than Aaron Rodgers.
It's more shocking because he should not be an MVP
Caleb
candidate
Williams.
after week 1. No.
And you said it's a quarterback.
That would have been a joke.
Yeah, it's a quarterback.
Sam Darnold.
No.
Derek
That wouldn't
Carr?
be shocking. No. That also wouldn't be shocking. It's shocking because they didn't have a good performance.
Jordan Love.
No.
Marvin Beek.
I'm lost.
Marvin. No.
Alright, you had to ruin it. There we go. Had to ruin it.
Alright, he played in the Super Bowl 4 years ago. 3 years ago. 3 years ago. You already named that one quarterback. Who wasn't it? Who was the other quarterback in the Super Bowl?
Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
Ah,
Kind of shocking.
Joke.
Yeah.
Where'd you find that? Where'd you find that list?
Let me see. What's the name of the website? Oh, Vegas Insider.
well, Vegas Insider sucks, so.
No, yeah, I agree. I think that does it for this episode.
It does. And thank you guys for tuning in. Back. Good NFL coverage today with our guest Sawyer. Happy to have you on today.
It's great to be here. Great to be here.
We'll come out with a new episode next week, another round of NFL. Thank
Yep.
you. See you next week.
Chalk Talk out.